Welcome to Tar Talk.
Yo.
So, I think we actually figured out these audio issues. I'm picking up, I think, in your mic again. Maybe I should talk less loudly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm going to move further away a little bit. I'm going to talk a little more quietly. But, yeah, we figured out a lot of these audio issues. At least I hope we did.
Hopefully.
We're working on it a little bit.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. So, but anyways, Devin, you want to tell them what we had? Oh, also Josh couldn't make it today. He had to work late. So.
Yeah.
So.
A loser.
Yeah. So, you want to tell the people what we're talking about today? I'm going to put in a grinds pouch.
Yeah. So, I guess we're talking about video games.
Again.
Which is my field.
But more like development and also maybe a little bit of the legal side.
Yeah. I guess I'm not part of the legal side. I'm development and...
Well, you're not part of the legal side, but we'll probably talk about the legal side.
Yeah. So, but he showed me something. Huh. I'll let you kind of start that off since you're the one who showed me.
Yeah. So, pretty much we found out that the state of New York is suing Steam, which...
Well, specifically Valve.
Well, they're supposed to be suing Valve. They might actually be trying to sue Steam, but...
It's the same company. It's like Valve is Steam. Steam is just a software.
Yeah,
It's a software and engine.
Yeah, it's like I am Valve.
It's like
not yet.
It's like Valve created Steam.
Yeah.
So they say. So.
But yeah, they're suing. Oh, excuse me. They're suing Valve over the gambling, or saying it's like illegal gambling, basically, because of like the mystery box stuff and like CS:GO and all that. So, which the reason why that stuck out to me is not because, the state of New York is doing what New York does, which is sue everything it doesn't control, but also just really like the definition of gambling. And it kind of like started a whole debate where it's like, can this actually legally be considered gambling, or is this just are they overreaching with it?
Yeah, it's like well, here's the thing. This isn't the first time this kind of thing has happened. They did it with who was it? I think EA Games.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as Activision.
Mm-hmm.
I think those were the first couple that they really were pushing it. Also Blizzard. Blizzard was a heavy one.
Right.
They really were doing that because of the all the loot crates inside of like what was it, Overwatch and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't the first time this kind of thing has happened. The thing is, they don't go around trying to sue all the people who sell those blind boxes,
right,
inside of like stores and stuff.
Yeah,
those things are everywhere,
right?
But no one's going around going after whatever company is doing that.
Yeah,
right.
They're specifically singling out video games.
Yes, because video games are always the great evil of society.
Supposedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. That was like where, because in the video that we saw, that guy actually brought that up, where he was like, if you're going to sue Valve over things like the mystery box thing in CS:GO, then you got to sue Yu-Gi-Oh!, you got to sue Pokemon, you got to, sue all these other, trading card games and stuff, because every time you buy a pack, it's a mystery pack. It's like, you don't just, the only way you're going to buy the card that you want is if you go through a private seller, and that person went through how many packs to get it?
Right.
And I got to talking like about it with a coworker of mine who's a major gamer, and he was kind of like how he could see the gambling aspect of it, but I was like, I don't think this is gambling at all, because even though like there's kind of like a I guess you could say like a betting aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're betting on, you're not betting on getting like a certain, like, you're not betting on getting something. What you're betting on is what you're getting. Because like if you want like a specific skin for your gun or your character or something, and you buy the mystery box, then you're hoping that that skin is in there. But if you didn't get the skin that you wanted, you still get to keep all the other ones you didn't want.
Right.
Whereas the way I define gambling is like going to a blackjack table and I put down $5 that, my 18 will beat whatever you got, And then if it turns out it does, then not only do I get to keep my $5, but then you pay me $5. But then if it doesn't, then you take my $5. It's like you can walk in with gambling and then like walk in with something and leave without anything.
Right. Yeah, you're at least with the loot crates, you always get something.
Yeah, it may not be what you want.
Right.
And apparently in games like CS:GO,
but that's even how it is with like the little blind boxes and stuff.
Right.
You know what you're kind of want, but you might be 20, 30, 40 boxes before you get that.
Right.
And each one is like $20.
Yeah.
It's like $10 to $20.
Yeah.
For each box of like, and sometimes they only have one thing in it.
Right.
Other times I've seen ones where they might have two, so it kind of doubles your chances, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, it's like there's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I think I would say that's even more of a gamble than what's inside of a video game, because usually a video game you get a lot of things.
Yeah. It's
allegedly. Now, here's the other thing about the video game aspect, though. You don't actually have to do those loot crates.
Right.
You don't. It's not a requirement to play the game.
Right. Like most of what that's going to get is like you're going to get a new skin for your gun or new skins for your character or something. But like, it's not going to improve the gameplay. It's not going to make you shoot better or move more smoothly. Yep. It's all the same.
Yeah, I actually consider pay to win practices to be far more predatory than the loot crate stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Like, because then you're literally paying to just skip all the grind and skip all of the things that make you a good gamer.
Yeah.
And everyone else who's trying to be a good gamer and do it the right way, they get pummeled by all the people who just paid into it.
Right.
So it's like
I would also add in there that Battle Pass, like Call of Duty's Battle Passes, are like way worse, especially in like the early Modern Warfare. I say early Modern Warfare, not the OG Modern Warfare, but like the 2016 Modern Warfare. Mm. Those ones were significantly more predatory because those ones you bought a Battle Pass and then you had to grind to get the stuff, and all of it's cosmetics again. I mean, maybe a couple of them you got like a new gun, but I think you could unlock it later if you wanted to. But if you didn't finish the Battle Pass in time, then you lost all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they probably got in a lot of trouble with that because now it's like if you pay for a Battle Pass, it just sits there until you complete it. It's like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, especially the big game companies, they've always been predatory with that kind of stuff. It's like it's nothing new.
And this isn't the same thing as like DLCs, right? Like back in like the original Modern Warfare days, or like the Black Ops and Black Ops 2 days, where they would make like a new gun or put out some new camouflages or skins, or make a few new maps, and then it's like, hey, for $20 you'll get 4 new maps, 5 new skins, and 2 new camouflages for your guns, and then you're good to go.
I mean, I remember
it's like all that is like you can opt into it if you want to, and then you can just play on new maps. But it was more like a tribute to like all the players who were playing the game and making the game successful. It's like, hey, we'll give you new terrain to play on.
I mean, I remember when expansion pack actually just meant a whole new game.
Mm.
So, for example,
oh, here we go. He's got to look at the shelf again. It ain't a Tard Talk if Devin doesn't look at the shelf to find something.
This stuff right here. So you got your original game,
and
then you got your expansion packs, but they're both full games.
Right.
You're buying another game.
Mm-hmm.
They're just using the graphics and all that kind of stuff here, but these are all games.
Right.
So, you don't have to. You're not.
Why do they look like VHS tapes?
Listen.
they look. Y'all see how bulky that is? It looks like
it
looks like a container for like a case for a VHS tape.
Actually, but see if it says like expansion pack.
Right, but I'm not focusing on that.
I actually like when they had box art, like actual legit box art, because there's something tangible. There's something tangible.
Yeah, it's just a box with a couple of manuals in there.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's something cool about them for me.
It's just it. Look at that. It's thick. It's like most games. It's like
the Gen Zero over here.
Hey, I remember VHS tapes. I had VHS.
I know, but it's like
But it's like
But
that was
so. Here's the thing: these were when they became small.
yeah.
This is the small stuff.
Because for the record, what's inside here, at least the actual game part of it, is this case right here.
Yeah.
And then there's like a couple of like I'm guessing manuals or
Yeah.
other things in here.
But
yeah, it's this right here.
The old days, the really old days. This is the kind of size you would get. That's literally the size you would get. So it was this down to this, and then eventually it came down to regular DVD size.
Yeah.
Right. So like that,
and now it's like, now it's
just download.
Yeah.
Now it's just all digital.
Now it's either buy it digitally and download it, or buy a physical copy and download it.
Digitally.
Yeah. Like you have to download it either way. And this ain't like downloading no save file for it.
They did have those every once in a while. You would have these the budget ones, right? Like this one, that would still do the same thing this would have, but it would have like the special thing, but it would still just be a CD with an extra fancy case. So,
I think your phone's vibrating.
Yeah, it's probably someone calling me.
But hey, the camera didn't shut off.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep, that's always good.
But yeah, this is the kind of stuff I remember. But yeah, back to expansion packs, it's like you would get a full game.
Yeah.
A full game. And not just an extra map or some extra skins or some. I actually remember when DLC was just stuff that you would get like on if you bought it on pre-ordered it. If you like pre-ordered a game, you get some DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, when I bought Mass Effect 2.
Right.
I pre-ordered it. And I pre-ordered it for PC. And PC was like exclusive DLC. You would get like a skin, like a special skin, 2 special skins actually, I think. Or excuse me, for the midnight release for PC, you would get the Dragon Age Origins skin for armor.
Right.
But then if you bought it for PC at GameStop, like ordered it from GameStop, you would also get the this like extra another set of armor plus like this black hole gun that literally would shoot it and it just like expand and suck everybody into it.
Right.
But you get it like right at the beginning of the game. So you basically just get to cheese everything. So it was kind of cool. But now it's kind of cool because I was worried I was going to lose all that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was able to get it back on the EA app.
Oh, okay.
The cool thing, EA, like I hated when they had Origin as their service. They burned me bad on that one. I was like, oh, I hate you all so bad. But when they've improved some things. Like before, I contacted them back in the day to see if I can get these games back on because I had bought them, but at the time it's like I can't play them because I have nothing to play it on anymore, right? Because they don't have any CD players runners on their computers anymore. So I contacted the people and were like, "Hey, is there a way to, if I've already bought these, can I get them back on Steam or on Origin?" And they're like, and then man, they gave me the runaround. It's like, well, maybe I don't know. And it's like eventually they gave it to me. But now, all you have to do is put in the CD key, and it'll give you the game on their service. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So now I have, but the thing about I was able to do that for Mass Effect 2, or all of Mass Effects actually, but Mass Effect 2, and it gave me all that stuff that I had. So if any of those DLCs were there for that game key, I got it. So I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Lately, when it comes to the games and stuff, I've actually been playing a lot of the Sly Cooper series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they were $10 a piece on PlayStation 5 on the marketplace, and I was able to buy all 3 of the original games for like $30. And I have the third one. The third one is like by far my favorite. It was like a staple of my childhood. I wanted to play it so bad I pulled out the whole PS2 that we have. It started playing it, but the problem is that TV that we got, it was actually the one you sold us.
Oh yeah.
It is so grainy, and it's like I don't mean to sound like a like a graphics hoe, because graphics don't really mean anything. I know someone who is like a graphics hoe, like spent $5,000 on a brand new PC because his PC was like 3 years old, and and couldn't run 4K, and he needed 4K.
Usually, really? I don't know, I've never been a.
He couldn't maintain.
I'm pretty sure mine can run 4K, but I don't have 4K monitors, so
right.
they won't run.
I think he had like a 4K monitor, but he couldn't. It wouldn't. He wouldn't. He would drop below like a certain FPS rate, when going into 4K. He wanted like the ultra graphics, like everything's like hyper realistic. I'm like, dude, you could save that $5,000 that you're about to spend. And like,
I mean,
so
the thing is, a lot of those graphical capabilities come from the RAM.
yeah.
So
Well,
like recently, I just upgraded my RAM on my computer. So now it has like 64 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the reasons I got a tower, so I can start upgrading instead of buying a whole new computer.
Yeah.
Just upgrade it as I go along.
Meanwhile, mine is the one you gave me.
Yes.
and not capable of running Windows 11. So I'm stuck with Windows 10.
Although I will say the computer I gave you was still pretty decent. It can't do all the crazy stuff, but
I don't need it to.
Right.
That's why I was like, because I'm talking to this dude. He wants to spend $5,000 on a new PC to get a better processor.
I've never paid that much money for a gaming computer.
He's paying it off. He's like doing loans basically, and he calculated because he said it was like $5,000, and then he's like, oh, I'll pay so and so a month, and it's interest free. And I added up. I said, how long is the term? I think it was like 3 years or something like that, or yeah, it was like around 3 years. And I added up all the payments, and it ended up being more than the advertised price. I was like, yeah, no, there's interest. It's like, because you're paying more now, there's interest.
Yeah, because this one, I paid maybe like right at 1,000,
and
it can run everything.
Yeah,
it's like it's got a lot of good RAM. It has great. It's like a 50 series. Graphics card.
Mine's a 10 series.
Yeah, hey, but it's a good 10.
It's a good 10.
1080 Ti.
But here's the thing, like
they went a little too hard on the 1080 Ti, a little too much.
Yeah,
and it just like was relevant for all the way into like the 30 series.
It's like so. But no, I mean it's a good PC. I don't need it to be because that thing's like 10 years old now.
Yeah,
maybe older.
Yeah, because I ordered it when I was in Korea.
Yeah, and so I was like he literally gave me his old gaming PC because he had another one. And so he was like, he's like, hey, I'm looking to get rid of it. I'm like, how much you want for it? He's like, if I give it to you, you can just take it. I'm like, say no more. Because up until that point, I played consoles only because consoles were cheaper and gaming PCs were pretty expensive. But yeah, like it still runs all the games I want to play. Like I play Helldivers 2, I play Ready or Not, 6 Days in Fallujah, like all those games. Like it runs it flawlessly. It is like I run on like the medium to high graphics. I don't need like the ultra graphics or like the ultra HD or anything like that. And this dude, he's a full on graphics hoe. Like he wants it to be the top of the line graphics 100% of the time, while also maintaining like 200 frames a second. And
is he a multiplayer guy?
Not really, no.
Really, and he wants to go.
Yeah, he mostly play if it's multiplayer. It's usually PvE. And usually he would play with like me and our friend who passed away. But he's not. He did play Battlefield on multiplayer, but this was even before Battlefield 6 came out.
So usually when people are snobs about like the frame rates, is because of the multiplayer aspect,
right?
Refresh rate and that thing. So here's something that people usually get confused about. Frame rates. When people are like, oh, well, Xbox and PlayStation only do about 60 frames a second. Meanwhile, computers can run at like 200-300 frames per second. Now I hear a lot of console people who are like just hardcore. I will only do console kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
where they're like, oh, well, the human eye can only see at 60 frames per second, and it's like, well, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about like actual frames. That it's not like a movie where it's pre-done frames and that's what you need to see the motion.
Right.
Instead, what it is, that's how fast it's able to render graphics.
Right.
So the faster it can render graphics, the less time. So if for anyone who's ever done pre-rendering stuff, like in a program, there's a time that it takes for each frame to render, right? Imagine that before a video game, right? So let's say you're having all these frames rendering really fast, and all of a sudden a couple of frames slow down and they're like half as fast. You're going to see that difference. And it's going to change the speed, and you're going to be very obvious because, took a little. That's where the whole lagging comes from, stuff like that, because it's taking a lot longer for it to render those frames, right? So when people want those really large frame rates, I'm okay with like having 100, 150 frame rate, because if it ever goes down, it's not going to be so much that it ruins the gameplay. But if I'm starting at like 60 and then it drops to like 30, then it's like, now we're getting lag. Now those things are starting to lag.
Meanwhile, I play Helldivers 2 at like 45 frames a second on a good day.
Yeah, well, the 45 frames
but
a second.
Here's the thing. I have a theory about that, and I swear this is when it happened. So either this is like stupid coincidence, good timing, or this dude screwed it up. Because this guy, he's very much into computers. Like, he loves computers and gaming computers. And so he found mods that broke the game.
Okay.
That apparently he downloaded from an illegal website. But
right in the 7 C's of piracy, huh?
Oh no! So he bought the game legit.
No. But yeah, there are many ways of piracy.
I guess. But he would download mods that would allow him to call in, because like you can call in a strafe run airstrike.
Okay.
In that game. But he would modify it to where if he called it in, like 50 planes would blow by in one go, and it's supposed to be only one. There's one where it's like your ship will shoot down 380 millimeter artillery, and it's supposed to be like 3 shells at a time, and then it goes for like a minute, and so you just hear boom, boom, boom. But he has it to where like 100 shells will impact at one time, and like he broke this game. He made himself completely immortal. He can make himself like run as fast as the Flash on that game. Just be like, but it was in Helldivers 2, so I was like, it's PvE. We're facing up against bots. Like, nobody's winning. We're not competing against each other. And then on top of it all off, he only played with me and our mutual friend who passed. So it's like, we're just having fun with it.
Yeah,
and
it's like one of those things is like, I've played plenty of single players where I'll do I'll use the God mode on Fallout and stuff like that, where I'm like, I know what, I don't feel like dying today. Console command, enter. I'm invincible and I can never be encumbered.
He would do that, and then he'd have we use stratagems, and then you get to use them a certain amount of times, and then there's a cooldown period. And some of them you only get to use them once before there's a cooldown period. And he had it to where like the cooldown period was just void. You could just call them in as much as you want. And they have this thing in there. It's called a Hellbomb backpack, which I don't know. I mean, those who have played Helldivers know about Hellbombs. But do you know what a Hellbomb is from Helldivers? It's basically their version of a nuke.
Oh, okay.
And they have a stratagem where you can wear it as a backpack and then run and either drop it, like activate it and then drop it to blow up enemies, or you can activate it on your back and then run into a horde of enemies and blow yourself up with them. And we would play defense missions where we spawn in this one spot, and then we just got to hold it down until rockets with civilians on them escape the oncoming horde, right? And so he would literally just like be calling down a bunch of hell bombs, and me and that guy we'll grab one, activate it, run, drop it, run back, grab another one, activate it. Like we had like at one point because he called in like 100 of them. At one point, he and I were just picking them up and activating them and dropping them to see how many we could get go off at one time. It's like it was dumb stuff like that we were having fun with, but I when he had because I don't know anything about computers really, so he taught me how to turn on the FPS rate, how to like display it. I think I was running at like 60 to 75 FPS when it first started.
Okay.
And he started doing that, and I swear every time I played that game, once he started doing that, that's when it dropped to like 45 or 35 frames a second.
Yeah, it's probably it's because it's got a bunch of extra stuff to try to render.
So he swears up and down that's not how it works for whatever Helldivers 2 does. But I'm like, okay, look, I play Ready or Not, I'm running around 100 frames a second, right? I play Phasmophobia, which is another game I like. I can be running almost 200 frames a second. But that one game, Helldivers 2, for whatever reason, I never get above 45 frames a second.
Yeah, well, so the things that'll do. So there's a reason a lot of companies will have to try to optimize their games. So
to be fair, Helldivers 2 was really late to that game.
What?
Optimization.
Optimization has been a thing since the beginning of time.
I know it is, but Helldivers wasn't doing it.
They had to do at least a little bit of optimization, otherwise they'll never play on even their own computers.
So a little bit, yes, but so like consoles, for example, they have software in there that automatically optimizes games for their platforms.
Okay, so before we move on, when I'm talking about optimization, I'm not talking about like crunching code.
I know you're talking about like file reduction and stuff, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about a total front end optimizations for like textures, graphics.
Oh, okay.
Things that actually are now you can compress files all day long, but if you haven't optimized a lot of your other stuff, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they're still going to have a lot of hard time doing all that.
It's like I don't think they were doing it though, because the games on when it released to Xbox and then on PlayStation is only like 25 gigabytes, but then it was like 130 something gigabytes on Steam because they weren't like compressing it or anything for PC, so there's like it's trying to run a lot at one time.
Well, that doesn't. So again, that's just a packaging. That's all it's doing is you're just packaging. That because all that information is still in there, even on the Xbox and all that, it's still in there, right? But what ends up happening is, depending on how they're doing it, depending on how they're. So everything in your game creates something what's called a draw call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so every texture, every character, everything, every little thing has some sort of draw call, right? And the number of draw calls you end up having to do for every frame basically determines how long it's going to be to render that sucker, right? So you have to. So there's a lot of engineers they'll create. So as few draw calls as possible is better, right? So if you can crunch that sucker down to like a single draw call for like everything, I've seen that happen where they're like doing like sorcery up in there trying to just like compress everything into a single draw call, and we're like, wow. So it's just. So everything that's going to give it a hit, take it a hit, is going to do that draw call. So some of the ways we try to do it is we'll try to instance everything. Everything gets instanced that way. So if you have like one master material texture, and you can use that same one and just instance all the other ones. That way you only get one draw call versus a gazillion draw calls from all the different. Everything having its own dedicated material.
Right.
So that could be a thing where they just didn't instance anything.
Yeah.
Or they didn't instance very little.
They probably did.
Just little things like that, right? So there's always that kind of thing. But at the same time, all that kind of stuff can be optimized over time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can optimize and redo things all the time and then re-upload and it becomes a little better. People do. It's what patches are. People,
right.
When you put a patch in, that's what they're doing. Usually, sometimes they make it worse. So sometimes I accidentally break the game by a patch because
Yeah.
someone accidentally coded something out of it or deleted a code, and now all of a sudden the game doesn't work.
Right.
or you get to a certain point and the game just crashes. And then they had to do another patch to
Yep.
fix it. That has happened.
Yep. I've been on the receiving end of a lot of those
Yeah, it's
where it's like
wonderful.
Helldivers 2 crashes, and I'm like, all I did was open up the loadout. Like, I'm trying to pick my gun here.
Right. But yeah, a lot of that just comes from optimization. It has nothing to do with really the internal, like the Xbox or whatever doing its own thing. It's really about the game itself
Mm-hmm.
and the code and
Excuse me.
and everything it has in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but once you start adding stuff to that code, that stuff stays in there.
Yeah.
So when your buddy adds code in, even if there's going to be residual code.
Mm-hmm.
So the only real way to get probably back to those frame rates that you had is just to uninstall it completely and then reinstall it.
And then I'd have to start over again.
Pretty much.
And then all the battle passes that we also kind of broke because
Yeah.
he managed to get it to where you could spawn in the credits.
Oh yeah.
So
All of that creates residual code.
Yeah.
And guess what that means? Additional draw calls.
Yeah.
Which means additional things it has to come up and figure out. So yeah,
according to him, that's not how it works. But I swear up and down, I was like, it has to work because that's when all these problems started.
That's he probably doesn't know as much about computers as he thinks he does.
He most definitely doesn't. He most definitely doesn't.
Like, listen to the guy who does it for a living.
I am. But I'm feeling validated because he swears up and down that's not how it works, and I'm like, yes, it does because it affected my computer.
He probably doesn't realize it because he has a massive frame rate anyway, so he doesn't catch it.
Probably not. But yeah.
But again, when you have only 60 frames and it drops down half of that, it becomes way more obvious than if you have 200 dropping down to like 250 or even down to the 60.
Yeah.
Because 60 is still a pretty optimized, pretty good, smooth frame rate.
Right.
So if you're starting at way up in like 200 and then drop down to 60, the person might visually see it, but it's still going to they'll get used to it pretty quick.
Right.
But if it starts going even further, you're just like, this is dragging.
Yeah.
I'm dying over here. This is killing me.
Well, I was like, and like kind of like what we were talking about before with like the PlayStation 2 is like, I don't know what it is about the TV that you sold us, but that it like the PlayStation 2 does not mesh well with it.
Well, the PlayStation 2,
like the TV works fine. The TV is perfectly fine, but because I think the PlayStation 2 is so outdated, and that TV is not, it just because like I have a TV that I've had it's in our bedroom now, but it's honestly I've had that for maybe like 5 or 6 years, and it worked fine on that one.
Now, you got to remember, PlayStation 2 was designed specifically more for analog TVs, not digital ones.
Yeah.
So
and it worked on the other one. Now, granted, I think the size might be an issue because like I have a 36-inch, and then that one's a 80-inch. But yeah, on the other one it seemed okay, but on this one everything was like so grainy. It was almost like I closed my right eye and was looking through my left eye.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it was I couldn't.
Actually, that's technically how grainy it actually is, but once you get to smaller sizes, a lot of that blurs into each other. So that's why if you look at a it's like if you took a 256 by 256 resolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's at that size, it'll look right.
Right.
But then as soon as you blow it up to like 1080,
mm-hmm.
or excuse me, 1024, it's like you see all the grain.
Yeah.
And that's basically what's happening. You're playing at a much larger size than it was ever supposed to be played at. So now you're seeing all the cracks and all the issues that there was like there.
I couldn't see much.
And especially since analog, back in the day, analog, it wasn't pixels. Pixels is a new thing. So now you're seeing grains that wouldn't have even been able to see in a analog TV because the analog is like it's just lights.
Yeah.
A bunch of little lights getting projected and things like that. So, and they're round versus square, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and more blurred. Like
Yeah.
they blend to each other and all that stuff. So it creates a much different look than digital.
Yeah.
So you're seeing it, you're playing it in a way that it was never meant to be played in the first place.
Yeah.
And you're seeing what its actual true nature looks like.
But it was all I had. It was like, I really want to play that game because the Sly Cooper series is like a staple of my childhood. I love the Sly Cooper series, especially Sly Cooper 3 because that was the only one I had to play. So I bust out the PlayStation 2 and started playing, and I was like, I couldn't. It looked like my vision was terrible. Like, I couldn't do it. And so I go to the PlayStation 5 because my wife has a PlayStation 5, and I look and it's like $10 a piece for one. It's like, so all three of them for like $30. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take it. And so lately I've been playing the second one because I never got the chance to play it, and that one's been really fun.
So what you're saying is, you should give me your PS2 and I'll just take it over. And...
No, no, because PlayStation 2, I just got to put it in the bedroom because that TV's much smaller. So
I need to add
better.
I need to add a PS2 to my collection.
You could honestly probably just find one at like one of the retro
game
I know. Stores.
Yeah, but I don't want to pay their prices.
Their price is big.
Yeah, they're kind of gouging.
Yeah, more than likely.
I mean, I've seen a few out online, but I haven't had it. I've been putting my money to other things that's more important.
Right.
So it's like, man, I really want that. Don't want to pay for that.
Yeah.
Kind of like I also want to get an original Xbox. Like it's, I never had one because I was already doing PC by the time it came out.
Right.
So I only played it when with my buddies. Right? 'Cause they had all my buddies were all console people.
Right.
I was like the only person who was a PC guy. I was part of the PC master race. So while everyone else is playing
Pixile. I couldn't resist that. I had to.
It's like
I'm the master race. Pixile.
Like all these are all PC. You'll not be able to get these types of Medal of Honors on anything other than PC.
Right.
So that was my kind of thing, and I'm about to make a whole bunch of people mad right now. Like,
do it.
I was not that big of a fan of Medal of Honor Frontline.
I'm about to make a lot more people mad. I don't even know what that is. I never played it, so
it came out right around the same time as Halo.
Okay, that's probably why I never heard of it because I was playing Halo.
Yeah, so the first
was it Combat Evolved or was it?
Yeah, Combat Evolved.
Okay.
Yeah. So because it was like Combat Evolved came out when the Xbox. It was one of the release games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so whenever so it was like right around what was it 2001?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Anyway, whatever year the Xbox came out,
the original Xbox.
Yeah, I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But anyway, that year, my friends, they came to visit for New Year's, right? And they had just got the Xbox.
It was 2001, by the way.
Okay, yeah. So
November 15th, 2001.
Yeah, so they had just got it for Christmas, right? So they brought it with them when they visited us for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
And that time was when I first played the what was it? Halo, first original Halo, and Medal of Honor Frontline. Now the thing is, I already started playing Medal of Honor Allied Assault, or excuse me, no, I think I played this one later. So I liked playing the Medal of Honor Frontline for the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then this came out, which is a few years later. But it's considerably better, in my opinion. And of course it has these two. But this one was like the graphics were better, the action, it was a PC game, so it was like it could do more things.
Right.
But yeah, I became a very big PC snob for a while.
for a while.
Yeah, for nowadays I'm like pretty mellow. I'm like, I'll play any game on any console and any computer. I don't care. You know what I mean? So what? No, my weapon has been throated.
Like,
No, but
God's like, no, he's got a point.
So anyway,
It was like, this guy had to give me a
this
PC so we could.
console dweeb over here.
Hey, I was broke. It's like, it's all good forward.
Well, when I was younger, we never paid. We paid the computers we would buy were about the same as a Steam console. It wasn't like we were paying god awful amounts of money for our computers. Like, for crying out loud, the first computer I ever had, $99.
Like, we didn't have that.
Well,
We had a PlayStation 1 at that time.
yeah. Well, 1995.
Yeah, they probably had the PlayStation 1 by then. Actually, did it come out?
No, I don't think.
PlayStation 2 was pretty. I was born 98. So PlayStation 2 I had in my early years, like not even double digit early years.
Yeah, so
actually we got an Xbox 360 when I was 9.
PlayStation 3 came out with Xbox 360. So the original Xbox and PlayStation 2. So I think so PlayStation 1 came right around the same time as N64. So early 90s.
Early 90s.
Yeah. And actually it was right around the same time as like the Sega Saturn and back when Sega was actually
1994.
Yeah, so when did the Sega Saturn come out?
Sega Saturn?
Mm-hmm.
Sega Genesis? Sega
not
Saturn.
Yeah, not Genesis.
I was going down the list. 1994.
Okay, yeah. So they were competitors, and then of course the N64 came out. And then
this dude remembers the Atari.
I do. I still have an Atari. I still have my Atari 2600.
Like 8-bit pixels.
Every once in a while I'll still play those games too. It's like
E.T.
Oh yeah, I do. I have that game.
Is that game any good or no?
Once you figure out what you're doing, it's okay. The dude only had 6 weeks to make it, okay? Give him a break.
See, I wouldn't know because I wasn't alive at that time.
To be fair, I was not alive when that game came out. I was only alive after the 2600 was still being made and still being sold, but I wasn't around when it like first came out. I wasn't born in the 70s. Look, I have. The only reason he knows I have stuff is because I actually have them displayed in my living room. I have like an original like Atari Pong system, which I did not own back when I was a kid. I only owned this 2600, and I actually didn't really even own. That was the only real console I owned until much later because I kind of there's like a dark age of gaming for me, right? So I played that. I played some Sega Genesis and some Sega, or excuse me, like the Super Nintendo and Nintendo NES and all that kind of stuff, right? But they were all at friends' house,
right?
They're always at my friends' houses, right? They were never my consoles because I just never did it. So by the time, so when I would ever play like things like when 3D games were coming out, and I would start playing, things like 007, right, GoldenEye and all that. It was always at the buddy's house, right? Because by that time, I was playing PC games,
right?
So I was playing like Army Man and this kind of stuff, or actually back then it was MechWarrior 2 and things like that. So all these more simulator type games, right. But so I was way more familiar with what was coming out with on PC, and everything else I would be learning from my friends. Say, hey, have you played the new Sega or a Sonic game? I was like, no, but can we? Sure. And we would go to his house and we would just play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or something like that. I would always be Tails because I was player 2.
Yep.
His house, player 2. So,
automatically have to take the lesser.
Right. But I had eventually about in the early 2000s, I was already in my late teens by that time. I finally had another friend who also did PC.
Mm-hmm.
So he and I would always play a few things and show each other like different games and stuff. And there was one PC game that was very interesting. It was hard as heck to actually play, but it came with like 2 thick books. One, it was actually a World War II game called Across the Rhine.
Okay.
And it was it would get the like literally the. Maybe somewhere. Anyway,
I'll assume you have it.
here it is, right here. So that's it comes with its own history book. It literally came with its own history book. Oh, here. And then this is the user manual for the game, which is the exact same size. So this is the user manual for.
Along with a quote from Anne Frank.
Oh yeah. So anyway, but there you go. So those are literally the same size.
Yep.
It's like, so those were the days, man. Those were the days when games were good.
Meanwhile, I was excited that my game that I had bought secondhand still had the 3D glasses in it.
Right.
So, because like Sly Cooper 3, this is back, that one came out when like 3D in movies and video games was like really becoming a big deal, right? And everyone's like advertising like 3D and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like it's like the old days of 3D. You remember the old days of 3D where you get those glasses where one lens is blue and the other is red?
Oh, you're talking about movies.
No, they did it in the game too.
never.
So Sly Cooper 3, they could
Oh,
switch it. You had it optional, but they had the 3D option.
I never.
And then you could wear it that in the manual
like
for the game. They would have those 3D glasses in it in the manual, and then you could use those.
Did it work?
Well, here's the thing. Because of how that technology worked, I couldn't use 3D because, again, like I've mentioned previously on the show,
it needed the analog.
What do you mean?
Did it need analog to do it?
No. Well, so like I mentioned previously on the show, like I have one bad eye.
Oh, gotcha.
and like now modern days, it's like you just have glasses on, and both lenses do the same thing, and it makes it actually. I guess they technically refer to it as 4D now, but it's much more vibrant and easier to use, right? Back when like TV shows, because I remember a TV show we used to watch. It's called Chuck. They used to do that. They did like an episode with that where they advertised like, "Oh, this is gonna be in 3D. Go buy your glasses at the store now." And then like movie theaters would do it with that old technology where one lens is red and the other one is blue. I think typically the right one was always blue. But because my left eye is horrible and my right eye is perfect, and it's been that way since birth, my body predominantly concentrates on the right eye.
Mm.
So that I was actually told by a doctor that LASIK probably would not work for me because even if it corrected to 20/20 vision, there's a chance it would just ignore my left eye because that's what it's been doing my whole life. So because of how that technology worked, I wouldn't see things in 3D. I would just see a blue screen. It's like I see everything in blue now. Thank you.
Well, here's a question. So, were you able to use the 3DS?
The 3DS?
Yeah, the little handheld console from Nintendo.
I didn't have a 3DS.
Yeah, well,
I had a Nintendo DS.
I never owned. So the
I actually never had nor was able to play a 3DS because I didn't know anyone who had one.
Yeah, well, the only reason I would ever play one was because they would demo them over like Best Buy or whatever.
I don't recall. I don't think I got to demo one of those.
Like, I would actually like to see if you because it actually can go into 3D mode.
Mm-hmm.
But all it is a slider that you slide over, and there's no like you don't use your eyes or anything. It does it itself.
If it's that, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the old technology with like the red and blue lenses, both of those have to work in tandem.
So as long as it doesn't require your eyes,
right? As long as it can work with one eye, it's fine. But if it was like those red and blue lenses.
To be fair, I don't know if it works with one eye. I didn't close one of my eyes. So
well, but if it's just a slider over the screen, it'll be fine.
Well, it's not a slider over the screen. What it is it's an actual. So you got the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a little not really a button. It's literally a sliding. It's a button, I guess, but it's like a dimmer.
Does it go over the screen or
No.
does it go over
No,
your eyes?
No, neither.
Okay.
Neither. When you touch when you take the you know how like the dimmer of a dimming light,
Mm-hmm.
where you slide it like that. It's like that. That you slide over, and it goes from flat to 3D.
Okay. So I should be able to use that because both eyes would be concentrating on the screen. Whereas the other ones, it's two different lenses that are meant to, like, not work in tandem, but like coincide with each other, right? Like co-witness with each other almost.
Okay.
So it's like because it would be two different lenses that are meant to help accomplish the same thing due to like the overlap of vision. You know, kind of like how that one sight on your gun works that I can't use.
Oh yeah.
Because it's meant to kind of like
the OED.
Yeah, because it'll your vision will overlap. So it's kind of like even though you see the target, you'll kind of see like that dot hovering there. It's like I can't use it because all I see is a black red dot. It's like a red dot and blackness, and that's it. And then a whole bunch of blurriness out there. It's because like it's two separate things that are meant to work together in the same way and like kind of cross over. Whereas like I can use modern 3D technology because it's basically just the same thing all the way across. So it's like I could see it just fine with the modern lenses. But if it involved like the red lens or like the red lens and the blue lens, like each one, like putting one over your face and only one covers each eye, that's where it was a problem.
Interesting.
So it's like I would wear those glasses just so that way, because if I took them off, then everything looked fuzzy. Because that was just how old 3D technology was. And so like I'd wear it and watch 3D movies in a blue screen, not knowing full well it does not look 3D, and it was not nearly like how they advertised.
Yeah, you know those glasses came out in like the 50s, right?
Did they really?
Yeah, like the Creature from Black Lagoon right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the first movies that used 3D. Those 3D
glasses. Oh, okay.
So
it took forever for them to like evolve it then.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember when they were advertising that for like movies like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Well, it's
We
funny.
went and saw that movie in 3D, and I was like, this is BS.
Yeah, it's because here's the thing. It's funny because it's similar to like VR. 3D kind of goes like this. It's like it has its ups and downs. Like it'll go into a fad, and then everyone will be over it, and then it'll be like, then the movie will come out. It's like, and we're in 3D. Oh, cool! And then it'll go back down. It's like, we're over it.
Yeah.
So, I think we're kind of in the lull again. 3D, and then same thing with VR right now. For a while, VR was like the big deal. Like VR in early 90s and all that kind of stuff was like, oh, this could be the future, and they're like, it's kind of terrible. So it didn't get kick off of the way, and then of course the Oculus Rift and all that kind of stuff came out in the later in 2012 or whatever.
Right.
And I actually got to play around with one of the original Oculus Rifts. Our school got a hold of one, and back before they fixed all the latency, so you can only play it for about 30 minutes before you get sick.
Right.
So, but anyway, but now we're kind of in a plateau with VR. Not like a bunch of people. Some people are like, "Yeah, this is good," and other people are like, "Why do I need it?" Kind of thing. So until VR really becomes like viable of something that everyone has to have, it's probably gonna start going down until the next big breakthrough.
How much you want to bet most people are getting it just to use Pornhub?
Well, I know at least a lot of people did buy it to play Half-Life Alyx. Okay, so there is that. I almost bought one because of that one, but then I was like, I don't want to pay $1,000 for a VR set just to play that game.
Well, they're not that expensive. You can get them for like $700 now.
So at the time,
it's like oh yeah, this is a very steep price drop, you know.
So at that time, the only VR headset you could get for Half-Life Alyx was Valve's, or the HTC, whatever it's called. I can't remember, the HTC something or other. So you can only play it with that one at that time, and that was $1,000.
Right.
I was like, nope. I love Half-Life. I don't love it that much.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's not Half-Life 3, so it's not. It doesn't really count.
Right.
Besides, this is like a prequel to like the movies or
Mm.
movies, the first game or something like that, or second game or whatever. Allegedly, Half-Life 3 is supposed to be coming out.
Isn't that like saying winter is coming in Game of Thrones?
Almost.
Actually,
Actually, it's worse.
it's practically the same thing
no,
at this point.
No, because winter is coming in Game of Thrones, and it does come. Half-Life 3 is never coming.
It's like GTA 6
like,
at this
look,
point.
Look, Valve is deathly afraid of the number 3. Okay?
Are they really?
They have never made a third of any of their stuff.
So why not just call it like 2.5?
So, okay, so have you ever played Half-Life?
No.
Okay, so.
Very briefly, actually.
So
I think I played the first one very, very briefly.
Yeah, so they had the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And Half-Life 2. But then they, instead of doing Half-Life 3, what they decided they were going to do episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So they would do episode 1, 2, 3. That's what it was supposed to be. So they have Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2.
Mm.
So then they did their episode 1, episode 2, left it on a cliffhanger, never did a 3. We're like, we hate every one of you right now because this is like, it was like the most horrible cliffhanger in video game history. It would be like, was it the second? I think it was the second Halo, where he, at the very end, where he gets off and he's about to go down to the planet,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, it's like we're bringing them to fight to them kind of thing.
Right.
Imagine that was the last Halo movie or game you ever saw. That's basically what happened to us with Half-Life. It's like, that's the kind of cliffhanger it was.
See, I hope I hope they release Half-Life 3, and then at the end of it, it was all a dream.
You know, I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that.
Because at least you have it.
Yeah. No, actually, this is what I really want. I want them to not even really, not at all talk about it. I don't want them to release any kind of trailer. I don't want them to do anything. I just want it to show up on Steam one day.
Just drop it.
Just drop it. Just one day, boop, there it is.
And then go into the code and backdate it.
Right.
So it's like, what are you talking about? It's been there forever.
It's like backdate. It's like gaslight everybody. Like, what are you doing? You're the crazy one. It's been out there for years.
Yeah, and then it's like that would honestly be the most sadistic thing you could do to gamers ever.
I could imagine
put the game everyone wants on Steam, but then change the coding so it's like backdated to like 2012 or something.
I could imagine Gabe Newell doing that.
It's just like, what? What do you mean? It's been there for like over 10 years.
Somehow use AI to just just completely wipe every instance in which he said nothing about Half-Life 3 or anytime someone asks about Half-Life 3, to just erase that part
right.
of the internet.
Exactly.
It's just like a mass virus that just deletes everything that has to do with Half-Life 3.
Or he just goes, he's like, I mean, I tried to talk about it, but y'all like were lying. And it's like, it wasn't there, so I just gave up.
Like,
you know?
Here's the funny thing. He got so tired of it, he just stopped. If anyone asked about it, he was like, I'm not answering those questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight up, he was just, I'm not answering anything about Half-Life 3. It's like, so it's been, I think the episode 2 came out in 2007. Yeah.
It's been that long.
It's been a long time, man.
It's like GTA 6
No.
coming out.
No, it's been at least y'all got a 4 and a 5 and a it's like no. And there's no cliffhangers on those games. It's just they're all their own contained video game, Whereas it's like ongoing story.
Right.
And you're just like, what happens in that game? What happens? And the thing that really annoys me is that in Half-Life Alyx,
mm-hmm.
they reopened the old wound. They did a flash forward to this is what's going to happen, and this is like, thank you. We know what's going to happen, and you're not going to give us any resolution.
It's like, so Half-Life 3.
It's like Half-Life 3 confirmed. Always. There are 3 of these games here. Half-Life 3 confirmed. I don't think you're old enough to remember those.
I gotta remember those.
Yeah, the Half-Life 3.
Yeah. I never really understood where it came from because I didn't play the game.
Yeah,
but.
That's where it came from. Also, they did a what was it
That's gonna be the
team,
hashtag of this video.
team,
Hashtag Half-Life 3 confirmed.
That's right. They did a Team Fortress and Team Fortress 2. No Team Fortress 3. They did a
CS:GO and CS:GO 2, didn't they?
well, CS. So Counter Strike is kind of more of an evolved thing. It's not like exact sequel stuff. It's more like a continuation, just updated. But then they also have what was it, Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. No, Left 4 Dead 3. So
Left 4 Dead 2 was a lot of fun.
So nothing. I mean, if you just look at the orange box, you'll see everything that has Portal 2, no Portal 3. It's like they are deathly afraid of a third of anything.
It's like
at this point, I think they're doing it on purpose.
Maybe.
It's like,
well, again, it's like being a book writer, and then introducing like a really intense sequence, or even just having like a really intense story that gets you like invested and you're committed and like you're loving every minute of it, and then at the end, yeah, and it was all a dream.
I'm okay with this. I am okay with it. Just with all of the Half-Life
for the record
series to be a dream. Make it Alex's dream. I don't care.